You're watching BBC News 12:49. Time to catch up with all the latest sport, including that rugby victory for New Zealand. George.
I think I'd have probably called her a good lass, just to see what kind of response I would get. Would have been quite interesting. Yes, New Zealand, terrific day for New Zealand. Finally, they are the Rugby Union World Champions after beating France in what was a really tense tussle today in Auckland. 8-7 the final score to the All Blacks, who did, though, have to defend valiantly to keep the French at bay during the closing stages.
The exuberant, expectant hosts against the guests that wouldn't take the hint and leave. France advanced in arrow formation, but the signs pointed to a humiliating reverse, especially once prop Tony Woodcock went over 14 minutes in. But that score wasn't added to before half-time. Piri Wipu wasted, the All Blacks frustrated. It took a man making his World Cup debut to extend the lead. Stephen Donald's first points in the tournament were important ones, particularly when France immediately rallied. Thierry Dusautoir forced his way through, and the conversion took them to within one. Blacks v Whites was now in an unexpectedly grey area, and Francois Tran-Duc might have moved his side into a most improbable lead. New Zealand were now hanging on in a desperate scramble for the trophy, but they did enough. A rugby-mad country wins a first World Cup in 24 years. It was never supposed to be this close, but for the All Blacks, victory is all. Patrick Geary, BBC News.
Wild celebrations, including this scene. Where do you think that is? Well, it's actually in West London, in a themed bar, Australian and New Zealand. Mainly Kiwis, by the looks of it this morning. I don't think the Aussies would be celebrating too much. Packed to the rafters, that walkabout bar with All Blacks fans, and many of them probably not alive when they last won the trophy. Terrific scenes. Elsewhere, some tragic news to bring you today.